Melbourne girl Nicole Car trained as a jazz singer and then fell in love with opera at the age of 17 after seeing a production of Puccini's Tosca. Now she's 30, performing on the world stage and being likened to Dame Joan Sutherland and Pavarotti. The star soprano is back home to perform in the opera Luisa Miller at the Arts Centre in Melbourne. Mon Schafter spent some time with Nicole and her very proud parents.
I can never remember a time that I wasn't singing. I was always singing around the house. I mean, obviously not opera. I didn't discover classical music until I was in my late teens. But we had a piano in the house and I would always sit and play at the piano.
Have you got a busy week this week?
Yeah, well, it's first week of rehearsals for Luisa Miller, so 7 days this week. But it'll be fun. It's a new cast, so new people. So.
Oh, nice.
When I came home and told my parents that I wanted to be an opera singer, I think they were in shock.
I wanted her to be a lawyer because she's got the right marks to go to Melbourne Uni to do law. And I thought, well, you know, she's chosen this subjective industry in there. And I thought, wow, this is just so hard. So anyway, I lost that argument, of course.
You raised her on a diet of rock and roll, didn't you?
It was some rock and roll, yeah. There was,
and very bad karaoke from my side.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
She came to a Robbie Williams concert with me. Her and I were in the mosh pit.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a great time. That was really fun.
I'm a bit of an anomaly in my family. My parents will love this. So I know that my dad sang in a choir when he was younger, but from my kind of knowledge of my family, there's no real singers or musicians. I think opera is the most challenging of all of the singing styles, mainly because the range that we sing in is very large. You know, it's not unusual to have a 2.5 or 3 octave range within a piece. And also because we're unamplified, we really have to be connected to our entire bodies in order to sing for, you know, a full opera, which is about 3 hours. I train every day. I think others would describe my vocal style as a full lyric soprano, which in terms of repertoire means that the kind of ingenues, the heroines, basically the women who die at the end of the opera are me. So they're always lost in love and yeah, there's generally a tragedy that's happening. So I love bringing the emotion out in the role. I love bringing a character to life. My aim is for an audience to really respond to the portrayal that I give, as opposed to, you know, fireworks. Luisa Miller is a really interesting opera. She's a young girl, she's in love with a man who has pretended to be someone else, but he's actually the son of quite an important man who doesn't want him to marry Luisa because she's, you know, a lowly villager. I think with Verdi in particular, he wrote very politically and very humanely. And so when you look at these stories, they're still love stories that are relevant. Really, it's just connections between people, which have been the same since, you know, the Stone Age. I love looking out into the audience and seeing, you know, couples in their 30s, you know, people my age, or families with children when you're doing shows like Magic Flute, or, you know, teenagers who, like myself, when I was 17 and saw Tosca.
Opera Australia's artistic director has compared you to Dame Joan Sutherland and Pavarotti. How does that make you feel?
I think comparisons to other singers, they're very flattering. I don't sing the same repertoire as her. I will never be Joan Sutherland, but it's really flattering, and it's so nice that people think such lovely things about you.
My friend was telling me that in Canada they have the best salmon.
They do.
Yeah, did you get to try it?
I did. I like trying different foods.
Yeah, no, it's probably better.
It must also be hard having her away from home all the time.
Yes, that's difficult.
Yep.
Very difficult.
That's it's probably the toughest, isn't it? What happened?
Yeah.
You want your children to succeed in whatever they do, and we've been really fortunate. You know, we've been able to travel and go and see her and that. But I say to my friends, you know, you'd give anything to just be able to have a cup of coffee with them.
My dad is a huge Mozart fan now, and my mum loves Verdi, and they come and see everything that I do. They travel. So I think when they were apprehensive in the first place, they're kind of really excited about it now and just happy that I'm happy in my career choice.
Mon Schafter there.